Okay, so in this video, we're gonna learn how to create, edit, and then render elements that you create in JavaScript onto HTML. So let's go. Let's look at the HTML. So I commented out everything, and then I typed in one new element that just says math on it. And that's what you see right here on the right. Okay, I wanna do this, but in JavaScript. So now it's blank. Let's recreate that. All right, first we have to select the body of the document, because if we go back, everything is blank. We can create an element, but we have to attach it to something, right? So we have to select the body first. Remember body, it's kind of special. You can just do document.body or document.querySelector, like so, and then body. Either way is fine. Okay, so now we have the body. How do we create that h1? Well, const new h1 is equal to document dot create element. Now create element takes in 2 arguments, but we're only going to worry about the first one. The second one's kind of complicated. You can look that up on MDN if you want. So the first argument is, what type of tag do you want to give this element? h1, h2, p, br, what? So we're just going to do h1. All right, now that we have a new element created, let's go back here. It says it needs to have a class that says math on it. How do we add classes? Well, it's actually really easy. In HTML, you can add any attributes with the set attribute method. Let me show you. So we created this. Now we're going to access it. New h1 dot set attribute. Set attribute is going to take in 2 arguments. The first argument is the name of the attribute, like class or ID, right? The second one is the value of that. So the class was math also. All right, save it. We don't see anything yet. Now we want the text content to say math. How do we do that? Well, we can do new h1 dot text content is equal to math, all capital. That's done, but how come we don't see anything here? Well, just because you created and filled out an element doesn't mean it's in the DOM structure. It has to be attached to the DOM structure or the DOM tree for it to actually show on your screen. So we can do that by selecting the body element, because we're going to attach it to this. And then we can do append child. And then what are we adding to the body? We're adding this new h1 DOM tag. All right, so now you see math. Cool. Now, what about append child versus append? It looks like it's the same thing. It still works. Well, there's a tiny, tiny difference. Append also works on strings. Let me show you. Instead of doing new h1.textContent equals string math, you can just do new h1.append math. Does that work? No. So I want you to take a few seconds and think about this. Why doesn't this work? Well, let's see. That's because we forgot to append this to the body. Body dot append child new h1. Now convention is that when you're appending an object node, right, which is an element, use append child. If you just want to set the text content, you can use append. Okay, let's save this. Now it works. Does this also work if we do append? Yes, that also works. Okay, so append works for both, but it's better if you just use it for text nodes, like straight up strings. Okay. Whenever you're appending something else that's not strings, just use append child. Okay. It's actually more efficient under the hood. Okay, let's move on.